Thank you for joining me. Lu Miaoyi is back. In fact, she's fighting for the title for the women's chess champion of China right now. So the 13-year-old girl, yeah, and she's winning right now. She's taking names, kicking butt and taking names. So let's go ahead and get right into the game. So Lu Miaoyi playing the white pieces begins. Whoops, let's. Sorry, excuse me. We'll back that up. Kind of she begins with the ready with knight to f3. We have d5 and now pawn to e3 by Lu Miaoyi. Knight to f6 and then pawn to c4 by Lu Miaoyi. And by the way, she's playing like a grandmaster right now. She's been playing superb chess. If you looked up there, yeah, she's playing at 94% accuracy. That's like Magnus Carlsen level accuracy. Sometimes he doesn't even play that good. So yeah, Lu Miaoyi is playing fantastic chess. We now have c5 by black, and Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures on d4. So c captures d5. Knight captures d5, and then Lu Miaoyi plays knight to c6, knight to c3. It's been a little while, and now knight to c6 by black. Lu Miaoyi develops her bishop, and this is still book, as you can see, that book symbol. And now a6 by black. Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures. This is the best way to play. Just blowing up the pawn structure. So now this isn't good. This is always going to be a problem. Lu Miaoyi has two real pretty, well, I guess these are technically hanging pawns, but she has just two pawn islands. All of her pawns are connected. Meanwhile, her opponent, the queenside pawn structure is destroyed. By the way, I should have mentioned this is basically a short. This game is over in no time here. So Lu Miaoyi just sees a weakness, she pounces. This is not basically there's no way to defend that pawn. It's so weak you should just let it go. Is basically what the engine is saying here, which is kind of counterintuitive. But yeah, her opponent plays bishop to b7, and we continue. Lu Miaoyi plays knight to e5, which interesting. It's saying it's better to capture with a knight, which that is certainly. Oh, because the no, they'd have to take back with the queen. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look. So instead, we should have played knight captures d5. They'd capture back. We castle, and saying this would be a better way to play. Still same pawn structure, just like trading pieces off the board. But we'll go back to what actually happened on the chessboard. That's not what was played. Lu Miaoyi played knight here instead. And we have rook to c8. This is being called a miss. Instead, should have just pushed the pawn to a5, and basically we're even, which is interesting. But not what happened on the chessboard. Instead, we see rook to c8, and Lu Miaoyi plays the best possible move, pawn to e4. The knight must move. Knight to b4 was the best way to play here, and Lu Miaoyi now just plays d5. An interesting sacrifice here. Excuse me, d4. She plays pawn to d4. Yeah, black plays pawn to e6, and Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and captures on c5, best possible move. We have bishop captures c5, also the best possible move by black. And now Lu Miaoyi just goes ahead and castles. And, technically the position is even. We're 13 moves into the game. But I mean, obviously, this pawn structure is a bit of a liability. But technically, hanging pawns aren't exactly great either. So anyway, so it seems like it shouldn't be that big of a difference. In fact, at this point, the computer is saying that Lu Miaoyi's advantage is about a point and a quarter, or well, point and a third, I should say. All right, so we have pawn to a5 now, and Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and attacks the knight. Pawn to a3, knight back to a6, and now Lu Miaoyi, it's saying this is a mistake. Lu Miaoyi plays knight to c4. She should have instead developed her bishop, but we'll just continue with what happened on the board. You can see over there on the right that knight to c4 is not as much of an advantage. Basically, she could have taken an extra point advantage with bishop to f4 as shown. Knight back to b8 is a mistake by the master, and Lu Miaoyi plays bishop to f4 now. And the computer, you can see, is suggesting that, it's saying this is an excellent move. It would have maybe been slightly better to play rook to d1, but we'll continue. Knight to d7 by the master. Castling would have been a better option here. And now Lu Miaoyi does play the other rook to d1, which is being called the best possible move in this position. We have bishop to a6 by black, and now Lu Miaoyi moves her knight to e5. Obviously, that knight can't be captured or they lose the queen, so it's pinned and attacked. Pretty nice. We have bishop captures rook on f1, which is not the best move. Actually, queen to f6 would be the best way to play here. Lu Miaoyi goes ahead and plays knight captures here, and the queen can't really capture back. And now we have bishop takes on f2 by black. This is being called an excellent way to play. But the position is totally lost for black at this point. If you look at the points, white is up, even if they would have played bishop to b5, which is the best move, you see the green arrow, they're still down more than 4 points. Lu Miaoyi captures, that's the best possible move. And we have bishop back to a6, again, best possible move for black. And Lu Miaoyi finds the best possible move, queen to d4. We have pawn to f6 here, which is, considering all things considered, it's just as good as anything basically for black. And now we have queen to a7 by Lu Miaoyi. This game is almost over. We're on move 22. We've only got a couple more moves. And now black plays pawn to e5. And again, this is really just about as good as they can do at this point. It does say that pawn to g5 is better, but this is as good as anything. Lu Miaoyi plays queen to a6, and it's saying her move is excellent. It would have been slightly better, actually, to just go ahead and play knight to e6. Knight takes e6 because the rook is attacking the queen. You can't really take the knight. She doesn't play that, though. We have queen to c7 by black, and now Lu Miaoyi plays queen to c4, and black goes ahead and moves the king up. It does say sacking, or just taking the knight, trading the queen for a knight and a rook would be the best in this case. Instead, they play king to e7, and Lu Miaoyi plays the best possible move, bishop to e3. We have rook to d8 by black. I should say rook c d8 by black, and Lu Miaoyi checkmates on the 26th move with bishop to c5. Yeah, so that's it. Game over. Lu Miaoyi wins, and she's won several games here in the women's championship. She's been playing extraordinary chess. So I will be covering some of those other games. But thank you for joining me for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. And take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.